The Standford Prison Experiment. Aim of experiment. Professor Phillip Zimbardo aimed to show that in prisons, situational factors, environment, rather than dispositional factors, personality, cause negative behavior and thought patterns by conducting a prison simulation with some normal participants playing the roles of guards and others playing the roles of prisoners. Procedure. Participants answered newspaper adverts. From 75 volunteers, 24 were selected. They were judged to be emotionally stable and physically healthy. They all had no history of psychiatric problems and had never been in trouble with the police. They were all white, middle-class students from across U.S. Who were strangers to each other and were randomly allocated to either prisoner or guard roles. Prisoners signed a consent document which specified that some of their human rights would be suspended. All participants were to receive a $15 a day for up to 2 weeks. Procedures. Zimbardo converted a basement corridor in Standford University Psychology Department into a set of prison cells with a solitary confinement room, a yard, and an observation screen through which covert data and audio tape data recording could take place. Prisoners. Those allocated to the prisoner role were arrested by the local police outside their houses by surprise. They were charged with a felony, read their rights, searched and handcuffed, and taken to a real police station for fingerprinting and processing. They were then blindfolded, and taken to the basement prison. On arrival, they were stripped naked and issued with a loose-fit smock, no underwear. Their ID number was printed on the front and back, and they had a chain bolted around one ankle. They wore a nylon stocking to cover their hair. They were referred to by number only and were allocated to a cell. 3 to a cell. Prisoners remained in the prison 24 hours a day and followed a schedule of work assignment, rest periods, and meal toilet visits. Guards. The guards wore military khaki uniforms and silver reflector glasses, making eye contact impossible. They carried clubs, whistles, handcuffs, and keys to the cells. They were guards on duty about 24 hours a day. There were guards on duty 24 hours a day, each working 8-hour shifts. They had complete control over the prisoners, but weren't given specific instructions apart from to maintain a reasonable degree of order within the prison, and they were also told not to use physical violence. What happened? An initial rebellion by the prisoners was crushed. After this, they began to react passively, and the guards stepped up their aggression. They began to feel helpless and no longer in control of their lives. Every guard at some point or another behaved in an abusive, authoritarian way. Many seemed to really enjoy the newfound power and control that went with the uniform. They woke prisoners in the night and got them to clean the toilets with their bare hands. All prisoners' rights were redefined as privileges. Going to the toilet, eating, and wearing glasses became rewards, and punishment with little or no justification was applied. Participants appeared to forget that they were only acting, even when they were aware that they were being watched. Even when they were unaware that they were being watched, they played their roles. What happened? After less than 36 hours, one prisoner had to be released because of controlled crying. It should be uncontrolled crying, fits of rage, disorganized thinking, and severe depression. 3 others developed the same symptoms and were released on successive days. Another prisoner developed a rash on his whole body. He became demoralized and apathetic and began to refer to himself and others by numbers. Zimbardo intended the experiment to run for 2 weeks, but it was abandoned after just 6 days due to the prisoners' psychological reactions. Full debriefing and assessment of participants took place weeks, months, and years later. David Eshelman was the prisoner's most abusive guard, patterning himself after sadistic prison warden John Wayne from the movie Cool Hand Luke.